11 years have passed, and the ocean has guarded its secret well until now. From the abyss, a strange sonar pulse has emerged, stirring whispers of a discovery too haunting to ignore. At the center of this revelation is Dr. Vincent Line, a scientist who claims he has found a scar on the ocean floor unlike any natural formation. Could this be the final resting place of MH370, or the beginning of a deeper mystery? For more than a decade, the mystery of Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 has lingered like a shadow over the modern age of aviation. Nearly 11 years have passed since the Boeing 777 vanished without a trace, leaving behind broken families, unanswered questions, and a silence that seemed to deepen with every passing year. Now, after so long, that silence may finally be giving way to something extraordinary, a signal from the depths of the Indian Ocean. Reports have emerged of a sonar anomaly, something unusual captured by Ocean Infinity's advanced fleet of autonomous underwater drones. These aren't ordinary machines. Each is equipped with some of the most powerful deep-sea scanning technology ever developed, designed to probe thousands of meters below the ocean surface where light never reaches. This time, their search patterns revealed something different, an anomaly that could change everything we know about the fate of MH370. At the center of this development is Dr. Vincent Line, a former researcher from the University of Tasmania. For years, Line has studied the disappearance with a determination that has set him apart from many others. His focus has not been on speculation but on data, satellite information, drift modeling, and most recently, terrain mapping of the ocean floor. In the middle of this work, he spotted something that made him stop, a single bright pixel in a global terrain model. To most eyes, it looked like nothing more than noise in the data. But to Line, it appeared as a significant anomaly that could correspond to the resting place of a Boeing 777. Of course, this isn't the first time search teams have thought they had stumbled on a breakthrough. Over the years, sonar blips, floating debris, and shifting hypotheses have created waves of hope and disappointment. Yet what makes this anomaly different, according to reports, is how well it aligns with updated satellite tracking data and with drift analysis that studied the paths of confirmed MH370 debris found washed up on distant shores. Unlike previous leads that eventually fell apart under scrutiny, this anomaly sits in a location that fits the refined science more tightly. Analysts studying the signal have suggested that its acoustic profile, the way sound waves bounce back during the sonar sweep, carries the signature of large metallic debris. The ocean floor is filled with rocks, ridges, and countless natural formations, but the sharp reflective pattern recorded here hints at something distinctly unnatural, something manufactured. If that is true, then the anomaly may not simply be a geological quirk. It could represent the twisted, broken remains of MH370 itself. For the families of the 239 people who vanished that night in March 2014, every lead has been a cycle of hope and heartbreak. Yet this time there is a cautious optimism in the air. Investigators, aviation experts, and loved ones are watching closely. Could this be the moment they've been waiting for, the discovery that finally turns mystery into closure? Adding to the weight of this find is Dr. Line's long-standing theory about what really happened on that flight. He has argued that MH370's disappearance was not the result of a random accident. Instead, he believes that Captain Zahiri Ahmed Shah, the man at the controls that night, may have deliberately carried out one of the most haunting acts in aviation history. According to Line, the aircraft was flown intentionally into one of the most remote corners of the Indian Ocean, an area so vast and unforgiving that recovery was close to impossible. Now, with the anomaly detected, Line has suggested that the shape and features of the site are unlike anything caused by natural geological activity. What he describes as a crater, an impact zone that bears the scars of a massive object striking the seabed at incredible force. To him, this is not a coincidence. It could be the final resting place of the jetliner, swallowed into the abyss in a single violent moment. The implications are staggering. If this anomaly does represent MH370, then after years of endless searching, the truth may finally be within reach. But it also raises even more haunting questions. If Line's suspicions are correct, the crash was not the result of fate, weather, or mechanical failure, but something deliberate. That theory, if ever proven, would deepen the tragedy and rewrite the way the world remembers the event. As attention shifts to this discovery, analysts are wondering how it was even possible to detect something so deep, so hidden in waters that have swallowed every previous effort. The answer lies in new technology, the next generation of sonar systems and underwater drones that have changed the rules of the search. When you stare into the vastness of the Indian Ocean, it feels endless. Beneath its waves lies a world so deep and uncharted that it is often called Earth's final frontier. This is where MH370 is believed to have disappeared, an area so hostile and immense that it has defeated every previous search effort. Yet now, for the first time, technology may finally have caught up with the scale of the mystery. Leading the way is a new vessel called the Armada 7806. Built in Norway in 2023, it represents the cutting edge of marine engineering. Stretching 78 meters from bow to stern, it is a floating command center designed not only to endure the punishing conditions of the open ocean, but also to serve as the launch platform for some of the most advanced underwater technology ever created. At the heart of its mission are autonomous underwater vehicles, or AUVs, built by the Norwegian company Kongsberg. Each drone measures over 6 meters in length and can dive to depths of 6,000 meters, nearly 4 miles down. Equipped with side-scan sonar, synthetic aperture sonar, multi-beam mapping, and sub-bottom profiling, these machines are capable of scanning vast sections of seabed with unprecedented accuracy, even peering beneath sediment to reveal what might lie hidden. This is not theoretical technology. Ocean Infinity has already proven its power, having previously located the Argentine submarine Ara San Juan in 2017 and even sunken U.S. Navy ships. Now, with their most advanced fleet yet, they have returned to the search for MH370. And in December 2024, the Malaysian government approved a new mission, the most ambitious since the early years of the investigation. Signed under a no-find, no-fee arrangement, the deal promised Ocean Infinity $70 million if they succeeded. The search officially began on February 25, 2025, targeting a 15,000 square kilometer zone west of Perth, Australia. By April, however, worsening seasonal conditions in the southern Indian Ocean forced the mission to pause. Yet the suspension was not seen as failure but as a strategic move, allowing Ocean Infinity to regroup and prepare for the next window of opportunity. Families and aviation experts alike are watching closely because the implications reach far beyond the fate of one airplane. MH370 has become a symbol of vulnerability in modern aviation, a reminder that even in the age of satellites, a plane can simply vanish. To solve the mystery now, after more than a decade, would not only bring closure to families but also restore confidence in humanity's ability to uncover truth, even in the most remote corners of the planet. And yet, even as the search edges closer to answers, another question lingers. What really happened that night? Was it the ghost flight scenario, where a depressurization event left the crew and passengers incapacitated, allowing the autopilot to fly the aircraft until its fuel ran out? Or was it, as Dr. Line and others suggest, a deliberate act carried out by Captain Zahiri? Some evidence, like the flight simulator data found at his home, suggests the possibility. Others, such as crash investigator Larry Vance, argue the debris damage points to a controlled ditching on the water's surface rather than a violent crash. The discovery of MH370 would mean more than just solving a mystery. For families, it would finally bring closure. For aviation, it would provide critical lessons, whether about safety systems, pilot security, or tracking technology. And for the world, it would mark the end of one of the most haunting enigmas of our time. But even if the wreckage is found, the greatest question will remain: why? Until that answer is uncovered, MH370 will continue to cast its shadow.